Hi everyone. Hi Rachel. As you've seen, we have a new intro. Uh, I've dedicated 5 minutes to change it on Canva. So we are back to work on your website, and you had some work to do to prepare this session. And the first thing I would like to know is what was the most difficult for you when you tried to structure your website.
Yes. So I went into the application in Elementor and I was
Hmm.
trying to figure out, how do I want to structure it? And I think where I went wrong or what was a struggle for me is I started to try to edit the homepage. My goal was to structure the homepage. And I was more focused on what it looked like versus what the structure was. Like
Hmm.
there's a header and there's, certain sections and subsections.
Hmm.
um, then I decided, okay, I need to figure out what I want the structure of the homepage to look like, and that became really overwhelming because I went to other websites from all over different categories, and everyone seems so different to me. So
Hmm.
I think that's where I became overwhelmed a bit on how do I structure the homepage because you think about it, your homepage, as a video content creator, you have 5 to 7 seconds to engage someone. And
Hmm.
my goal with my site is I want to make sure it's very clear of what it's about and then to have value up front. So I was trying to figure out how do I do that on the homepage. So I think
Hmm.
that was my biggest struggle.
And if we look at your current website, I will share the page now. So let me just share screen. Um, so the current one being this one. Yes. Okay. So if we look at your current website, what are you not happy with? I would say
Yes.
at the moment.
So this is the site that I made in Squarespace. I just
Hmm.
used the template, and what I don't love about this, the number one thing is my header image. It it's it's great, but it's too tall in my opinion. So you've got to scroll to get to anything of value.
Hmm.
I do like that it's clear of what the site is going to be. I don't like that the menu at the top, I don't like that that is small. I want that to be more of like a stark across the screen and like really specific, easy sections for people to navigate easily.
Hmm.
And then I don't like when you scroll down, I don't like that there's really nothing else here because I honestly didn't know how to add other parts.
Hmm.
So I don't like that there's, just images of products that I like, which is great, but there's so much else that I have to offer from blogs, guides, YouTube videos. These I couldn't figure out how to do it, but I would want for it to show the most recent YouTube video automatically, for example. These are old ones
Hmm.
that I just have to manually update and I forget.
Hmm.
And then when I scroll down, yeah, it's just more of a learn about me. So there's really not much to it. I think for me, my goal with my so to back up, people coming to my website today, and I get like right now, you know, last month I got almost 70,000 visits, which is pretty good
Yeah,
considering,
70,000 is pretty
and
good.
that's all direct. That's not search based, which my
Mm.
goal with this is to be more search based.
Mhm.
But um I want it to be so people come to my site for two main reasons today, and that is to go to my shop page because they want to see my favorite products, and I don't ship anything. It's just a list of my favorite products and then my
Mhm.
dog food list.
Mhm.
So I would want those two things to be more visible and prominent on my homepage so that it's really easy for them to navigate. Because right now, when I send a link to someone,
Mhm.
I'm sending them either the direct URL to my dog food page list, which you can see is my marketing header up there, because I
Mhm.
couldn't remember how to add it to the menu, or the shop page directly. I'd love to be able to just send rachelfasaro.com, and pretty much no matter what their question is, you can see what they need.
Mhm. Yeah. The fact obviously is that if you have on any website hero header with a big image like that, it takes the space, and as you said, you've got to scroll down a bit to see what's under it. Uh, would you see your new website with something that's less prominent, less, which doesn't take the full screen by default when you land on the home page?
Yes.
Because in the project that you sent me, we have a look at the project in Figma in a moment. It's still a
Yeah.
hero header like this.
Yeah. I
You-
think the reason I did that, so I I didn't know another way. I was thinking, okay, what if, so yes, what you said, I would like to make it not so prominent.
Mhm.
I was toying with the idea of having just an image on the side, but when I was playing with it in Figma, it just looked awkward, like this floating image. So I was like, well, I'll just mimic this site and build from there. And so, yes, I would like to make it less prominent.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. We might find a way to at least have a call to action, to maybe a call to action to different sections that's already in the hero header, like, going to different sections on the page. That's something that we can do also. Introduce the key sections immediately in the hero header.
Mhm.
Um, so let's have a look at what you
No
sent
judgments from
sent
people
me.
watching.
Yes. So that's Figma. For those of you who don't know Figma, it's a tool that's usually used by designers to prepare their designs, but you can also use it to create some mockups. And I guess you've left some of the template elements from the explanations here. Here it's not your stuff. It's probably from the template.
Yes.
And here we have the structure that's basically the structure of the current website, if I'm right, with some little differences. So you've got your big image here. Yeah, the only difference is that you've already introduced like a call to action to your shop, a button there, some images under it, then like an intermediate section here, and some other stuff. I mean, all the sections that will feature the latest blog post or the latest products or the latest items from a section. That would be quite easy because we will use basically a list of the posts ranked by date, descending order. So we will have the last one, so that would be quite easy to do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
And you see
Okay.
like this, if you scroll like the image right there, like it's just kind of like floating. So I don't know, it just looked weird to me. But
Mm,
yeah, if you scroll to the top, I think what I was thinking of with this was, you can see it at the very top, I added a search
mhm,
bar in the upper left, which is really important to me, and then a title or a menu at the top, which those aren't the exact final menu options, but just kind of the most important things.
mhm,
And then what I did below there was have like three hero, the purple images,
mhm,
where on the left would be the shop page, the middle would be the blog page, which is a big purpose of making this site, is to have convert my video content into written and then have that as a resource for
mhm,
others. And then on the right to have my latest YouTube video. So it's kind of like you get on the site and then it's like boom, 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 some
mhm.
common things. So that's kind of how I did it
Yeah.
there. I might move the about me lower, but anyways, that's my thought on this.
Okay. Okay. So what we could try to do first is jump straight to the page. So that's the current page that we have for the home page. So at the moment we don't have any hero header. It's a section. Sorry, I will have to change my tab. So it's
This
currently yeah.
this is me actually in WordPress and Elementor. This is as far as I got in doing this, which I kind of like this image is the,
Yes,
yeah, like
it's a nice one, and
yeah.
uh, yeah, it's a choice usually when you start at the top of the home page. You can either have something that's side by side hero header, hero image, sorry, hero section, or something like this in two sections with the image on the right or the image on the
Oh,
left, some text and a call to action. That's a choice. Um, I mean, I've done both options on different websites, and it works. Maybe what I can try to do is show you one of the sites that I did. Yes, this one. Obviously, it's very marketing oriented, but as you can see, it's in French. But here you've got this lady on the right hand side, and you've got some text here that's basically telling that they can lose weight. And here you've got three different links to three different important sections. You see, so that's a way to have on the upper part of the home page direct link to either sections on the page, so it can jump to a section on the page, or directly a link inside the website. This was a link inside the website.
Interesting.
So here, I mean, if we come back to this one, that would mean you on the right hand side, and some text on the left. And if you want to make it maybe a bit more special and something when you're not floating like a square image floating on the screen, if you had like on the ones that I showed you before, if you had something like an image where we can create a cutout of you, that would be a nice one. And then it can be justified at the bottom of the first section. And as you can see here, the lady, she's just like, I wouldn't say sitting because she's standing, but she's connected to the next section, as you can see here.
What about adding like a frame that's like, what do I call it? Like jagged, or so it's not just a straight line around the image. So it's a square, and it could be like little cutouts around it. Is that easy to
But
do?
with your image, with the current one that we have here on here, so change the border.
The border, yes. Like, is there a way to make it
Yeah.
curvy around it?
There is a way to apply something there. I think I'm just checking if you applied. No, okay, you didn't apply the padding to the image. You applied the padding to the column. Okay, so but that's fine. That's the other way to do it, because otherwise, if you apply the padding to the image and you try to add the border won't be around the image. The border will be around the padding. I mean, it might be interesting to do it like that. Let's try. I mean, we will be live experimenting here. So
Yeah.
what I will do is I will add some padding around the image so that you can see the blue line is where you can put the border. And if you go to the border, you can have some dashed thing or some what do they call groove? Yeah, we could do dash. Okay, let's put it big. Okay, that's too big, but that's dash. I mean, probably if we used some CSS, we could transform the dashed border or the dotted border or the line in something a bit fancier than a dash. But for the demonstration, and then we can fine tune that later.
Okay.
Let's just put the dash here, and let's choose one of the colors that we have there, like this green. So you see now you have some dash, but you could also have something. The alternative is also to remove this, not have any padding around the image. So remove the padding around the image, and then go to the style and have a box shadow. You see, with the box shadow, it stands out. It's not flat on the page. That's the other possibility.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think part of it is gonna be when we put everything together and we fine tune it to see like what looks best. Because I think the one reason I do like the image across the screen is it looks cohesive, but I don't like that it takes up so much real estate. So just finding a way to make it look integrated and natural, I think, is
yeah.
important.
But I like the ideas of you don't like the ideas of cutouts of
I no, I do. I could even do a cutout of this image if I don't know if that would work because 'cause I'm sitting,
yeah,
but I have
we can try. I mean, I think I have all your images in the
I don't know if
library.
I put them there, but I can,
It's probably there. Otherwise, he wouldn't be he wouldn't be on the website, I guess.
well, I
So
don't know if I have a cutout of it
okay,
there.
okay. But you've got here Rachel, Futsaro, and Finn. Is it a cutout?
It might be. I can't
Yeah.
remember if I added it.
I don't know if it's a PNG or if it's it's a JPEG. But let's just take it and go in Canva. Um, okay. Oh, sorry. I have always to change my tab. I never remember to do it. Now it's done. Okay. So let's try to create just a square. Create a square. If you have Canva Pro, you have the background removal tool there directly in Canva Pro.
Yeah, they recently made some updates to Canva too. I've been noticing, so it's kind of cool. Some new
Yeah.
features, and they have AI. Did you know they have AI in Canva now?
To generate an image from text, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I try.
Yeah.
It's nice, to use just to have some inspiration. But you see, we will have some problem with this image because you're kind of sitting there,
Yeah,
and
that's
and imagine that if we use this one, we will have like your leg floating
yep.
mid-air
That's yeah.
on the page. Don't you have anything else
Yes, I
in the
should. I
image?
can grab something real quick for you and send it over. Um, I have lots of PNG transparent images. Let
Yeah,
me just grab one. Um,
yeah. I mean, this one was probably, there's no dog there obviously, but this one would have been easier to cut.
yeah.
Do you want to try to cut this one?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, let's try to cut this
I
one.
can always once everything's structured too, I can always
Yeah, you can
update
always change
images and
everything. Yeah, it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that one would be perfect.
Okay, so let's try this. Mhm. Oops. No, I do this. The way I do it is I remove the background and then export it as a transparent image. Hopefully it will be rendered properly by the AI. We'll see. So edit image, remove background. Takes a few seconds. I think yes, the background is clear enough, so I should be fine.
Yeah, I've done it before in this picture, I think, so it should be good.
Yeah, that
And
one is
that's actually a good idea for those people watching is like these pictures are a few years old, but having like finding a friend that can take pictures of you and then, a little bit more professionally, and then you can use them on your website. Cause I
good.
have like I uploaded a bunch of photos that weren't just taken on an iPhone. So
Yeah.
I think that they'll help make it a little bit nicer.
So this one, so we will export it as a transparent background. So it will
Mhm.
remove the white, because if I just preview it just for the demo, but if I put a black background, you see
Yeah.
now it's on a black background,
Yeah.
but I can download it as a transparent PNG like that.
Mhm.
And I noticed that you didn't follow the instructions of giving to some of your images a proper name. So before
Oh,
you uploaded them, so Rachel,
I get
can,
a negative mark for that. I don't I think I uploaded them before I messaged you saying SOS, I need help. So
okay,
I did so you sent me that and I was like, well, I didn't even know how to get back to the images at that point. I think the other thing is I uploaded more images than I think I'll use. So I
uh-huh.
figured change them if I decide to use them. I don't know.
uh, we can remove them later. So no problem.
Oh,
You
okay.
can remove them later. Okay, let's try to upload this one. So I have it here.
And change your screen there.
Oh yeah, good instruction. So I just went to the home page and I decided to change the image. Obviously, we will remove
Order, yeah.
the border because it defeats the purpose. So now
Yeah.
we're there. And just to understand what we're doing, to avoid that the effect of floating mid-page like that.
Yeah.
So if I add another section under it, like this one, and then I make it even full width, and I change the background of this section to something that would work. I mean, we could use one of the colors, but it
Mhm.
would be. I mean, we can try like that just to
Yeah, for
show
a demonstration.
for the demonstration. Um, so this one, I think, because we had set some margin, there was a margin under it. So now we remove the margin, and as you can see here, you're still floating
Yeah.
because here in the layout of the section, we're still aligned middle. So if I, and why is this one still there
Oh,
floating?
because
Oh
it
yeah,
applied to the text,
no,
the
because
left
there's some,
one.
no, because there was padding. That's the reason.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Uh, there was a padding of 50. So, but I even can. I think that the best way to do it would even be to just keep the middle. Let's keep the middle.
Okay.
Okay, and here we've got your image, and what I can do is basically take the next section, and move it up so that it goes on top of the bottom of your body.
Okay.
I think that will work. So if I do now here the margin, let's say minus 50 is
Mm,
too much, but if I do
10,
minus
15,
25,
25.
you see
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
the next section goes on top of
Yeah.
you, and so you are now basically sitting on the next section, which is better. So here, what was the text? I don't remember. I mean, we can keep this one, but
Yeah. It was helping you dog better.
helping you dog better. Okay, yeah. Let
Mhm.
me come back here. Helping you dog better. Okay, so I would say let's try to do it like this with the PNG there that we can change, or you can
Yeah,
change
I like how
later,
that looks better.
and then the next section. So what did we have for the
And
next
you
section?
just did something there where you pushed update. So that was something that I missed when I was working on it, is you have to push that update
Yeah,
button.
yeah. You've got to push the updates, otherwise you're losing everything you're doing. Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one to remember. So let me go back to this tab. So yes, the next one is the three links to the shop, the blog, and YouTube. Okay, and then we would think about a way to get maybe the latest YouTube video. But first, let's think about the structure. So basically,
Basically, I see these as an image, and I may even have like, go to Upwork and have someone create like graphics, so it's not just
mhm,
like a picture, but to have 3 images
okay,
and then maybe a small bit of text under them, and
mhm,
then a button
okay.
is kind of how I think it would look best. We can always check.
Let me see which version we have of. Uh, okay. Yeah, we had just put, because I was just checking the which version of Elementor we have, because there is now a beta version where they don't have the concept of the columns. You've got to put containers, but in this one is still the columns. So what I will do is go here. Maybe we don't really see it, but let me see. Here I have a little icon here, which is column. So I will
Mhm.
add a column. So now we have 2, and here now we have 3. So basically you can add as many columns as you want, like this, you see, by
So
adding.
why wouldn't you use the thing below that says
Yeah,
select
because I
your
already I already have I already had the section. That's for a new section.
Oh, I see, I
Yeah,
see.
that's for a new
Okay,
section.
I
If I
hear
had
you.
known, I mean, I could have known it before that
Yeah.
I needed 3 sections, then I would just have taken that. But because I created one with just one,
Mhm,
then I can go
mhm.
and add as many columns as I want, and I can obviously remove them
Okay.
like this. So now I have my column. So the first thing that we can do is add some internal padding in the section, because even if we don't have anything in the columns, we can already see that
See, yeah.
it's stuck to the top and stuck to the bottom.
Mhm,
So not margin, because we have to keep the minus 25 so that it goes on top of your body there.
mhm.
Um, and so we will add some padding. So if you click on the little link here, if
Mhm.
it's linked, everything uh, gets the same padding, so 50, 50, 50 like that. Uh,
Everything in that section
in
or
everything in that section, yeah.
okay,
So around the columns, basically,
okay.
you have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. If you
Mhm,
put 50 of padding everywhere, you've got 50 on top, 50 on the left, 50 on the right, 50 at the bottom.
okay.
But if you want to have more control on the padding, so let's say more at the top or more at the bottom, but not moving anything on the left and the right, then you
Mhm,
deactivate the little link icon here, like this, you see.
okay.
But we can keep it 50, 50, 50 for now. So the first thing that we will do is add three images, because you wanted 3 images. So we go, that's easy, to the image module. Okay. And then we will add an image. Probably, I take one of the images that you have there.
Yeah,
Then we can change them.
right.
Um, is there anything product related for the shop?
I was struggling to find one.
Um, yeah, that's the placeholders of before.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, one way to do it, obviously, the best way is to commission
yeah.
illustrations, uh, but we could also go on something like Free Pick, for instance. I've got a subscription there, and let's type Doc Supplies.
Ooh, change your screen so I can
Sorry,
No, no, it's okay.
let's type Doc Supplies there,
Oh, fun, okay.
and here you see you've got plenty of
Well,
images.
even in Canva, they have images too that are copyright
Yeah,
free.
there are images in Canva. The fact is that in Canva, yeah, we could go in Canva, but in Canva, there used to be a security check that you
Oh.
could not use Canva like an alternative to stock imagery, and just put one image and export it. Because I guess that at some point some people were just taking the images without creating anything in Canva. You see what I mean? So instead
Ah,
of creating something,
okay.
they were just using it for the sake of downloading the images for free. But I think that they removed that security check. So
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
if we search in the elements for even for a dog, obviously, um, yeah, we could.
Are you back on the Canva?
Oh yeah, back on the Canva, better. Thanks to my assistant.
We make a good team.
Yeah,
Maybe like dog, what would be a common product? Like a,
dog
um,
food,
well, I'll probably have a section for dog food, so maybe like a dog toy.
dog toy. Yeah, let's
Yeah, that would
try.
be a common
Oh yeah, something
yeah,
like something like the ball here.
yeah.
Okay.
That looks like a microorganism to
Yeah.
me. It's pretty
Yeah, we could, or maybe this, yeah, this one is more, but
eh,
that's a toy.
that kinda looks like a
Yeah, that's more like a toy for a dog, but that's also, yeah, it's not easy imagery, because
I
sometimes,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
hard.
you've got a toy of a
Oh, the
dog
red
with
that one will be perfect.
which one?
The red one, because that looks like a no, down that one.
This one?
Because that's like a Kong treat dispensing toy, and that's something
Okay.
that resonates with my viewers.
Okay, so we can try this.
Like a puzzle toy for dogs.
I was just thinking about do we import them as transparent PNGs or not? Okay, let's try.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try to do that.
And in a perfect world, in the future, what would be cool is to have this image block have like 3 different images that change. And then I don't know if the website can do this.
Hmm.
And then we'll do like A/B testing and let me know which one gets more clicks.
Clicks. Ah, yes.
In the future, like
Uh-huh.
I think of it in terms of, YouTube videos and thumbnails. I always change the thumbnails
Hmm.
based on click through. Anyways.
Yeah, but you would need to do that. You would need to use a SaaS tool like Optimizely or something like that, where you can pick different versions of your sections, and then they
Mm,
do the A/B testing for you, and you would see in the stats the click-through rates. But you can't do it directly in
in
something
the
like
image.
Elementor. You need to subscribe to a SaaS. They used to be Google Optimized, but I think that they discontinued Google Optimized, which was
Mm.
free. But the biggest one is called. I can show it on the screen, and I would change my tab now. Uh, Optimizely. Let me see. Yes, change the tab. So Optimizely, that's the one. So if you
Hmm.
use this service, Optimizely, which you can connect basically to any website, you
Mhm.
can do A/B testing based
Great.
on images, on text, or on whatever you have on your screen. So yeah, we could imagine that in the future.
And yeah, far down the road.
So let's share the tab here and export this. And so here I will call it Toys for Dogs, Rachel Futsaro. So I put Rachel Futsaro. Oh yeah, you don't see the when I'm naming
Yeah.
it, but I'm naming it Toys for Dogs, Rachel Futsaro, because if people at some point search for Rachel Futsaro in Google Images, it's nice to have your name in
With it.
the titles of the images of your own
Okay.
website, because it can help, in click.
Is it okay if I name multiple things the same name?
I would say keep it unique, but put the name of your website in each of the images anyway.
So let's say I have, I don't know, 10 different toy images throughout the website.
Hmm.
Would I name it as Rachel Fasaro Dog Toy 1, Rachel Fasaro Dog Toy 2?
But even more than toy one, toy and what it is on the
Oh,
images.
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So really
toy,
detailed.
and then ball, toy black
Toy,
ball, toy red
yeah.
ball, toy green ball. This type of.
And will that naming also help when we add the search bar to the
Yes,
site?
if we search by title, obviously. But the title of the image, it's more also to make it simpler, because when I import it, because I think, yeah, you see, we had this plugin that we installed
Yes.
together, which names the old tag based on the name of the file, on the name
Mhm.
of the file. So if you have a good name for the file itself, you
Mm,
skip one step here. I mean, it makes it easier. Otherwise, you have to rename it by hand. You see, so it's good. It's good to have something that is already self-explanatory in
okay.
the name
Yeah.
of your file.
That's where I messed up. Okay.
Yeah. So now we have this. What is it? What is the name of this thing?
Well, that's a generic one, but it looks like a Kong, which is
Mhm.
like a treat dispensing puzzle toy where you fill it up with the dog
Uh-huh.
food or treats and then
Yeah.
they knock it around to get it out. And so it
Wow.
mentally tires them. Yeah. So
That's
what I
interesting.
think I'll do is I'll actually pull in, when we refine it and the actual image of like a popular dog product,
Yeah.
and then put
Yeah.
that
Obviously,
there.
it
But
makes sense, because then, yeah, people click on it. Okay. So different things. So maybe before playing with the size, what we will do is add the button under it. Okay, the button. Okay. So I add a button just under the image. booms, like that. We'll center the button. Actually, it's blue because the default accent color that we gave is blue. Let's keep it blue for the moment.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's easy
I
to change later.
I can make it larger like this. So here it was. What was the title
Top,
that we gave?
shop.
Shop,
This is the shop
shop.
page.
Yeah, shop page. Okay, so that's the shop. Something that's nice to do is if we go in style and hover like this, we can choose a little hover animation. Usually grow is nice because that way when people, hover on
Oh, I
top
love that.
of the button, it grows so that they understand that something is happening if they click on it.
But that won't happen on mobile, correct?
No,
'Cause
it's only
yeah,
with the mouse over
okay,
effect.
makes sense.
And then obviously we can also change, but it has to make sense, the color of the background of this. We won't use the primary, otherwise it will be green on green.
Yeah.
We could do something that would work with this. Which color would work for the over with that? And that's not green. And that,
Yellow?
yeah, could be, but then
Oh,
we have no, we have to change the text then. So let's take yellow, and then we can change the color of the text on over. You see that it's black. Okay, that's obviously when you have a button, if you can choose to have a over background color or not. It's more obvious that something will happen
yeah.
on desktop if there is a over background color. So let's just put it like that for the demo, but we can change it later.
Okay.
So if we come back here, obviously we don't have a link yet because there's no shopping page yet. So at the moment, it's a hashtag, which is basically a loop on itself. So if we click on the button now, we'll just stay in place there. Once we have a page, obviously we put the link of the page here, but we
Okay.
don't have the page yet. And something that's interesting to remember is that when you're creating your site, so let's say that in the next session we create the shop page,
Mhm.
you will then search for the page there. As you can see now, we just have the welcome page. So if I
Mhm.
search, I have the welcome page, and that would be what we call a relative link, so not an absolute link, which means that when we change and when we push this website into production, we will have the real URL replacing the relative link with the good position for the page. So it's better to search by and try to find existing pages than put a set URL inside of the field, because if you put a set URL inside of the field, then if you change the structure of the site, it will lose the link.
Mm.
If you understand what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's good to search for it. But at the moment we don't have anything, so we just put the hashtag.
Yeah.
So that's what we have. What we can do is reduce a bit the size of this object. So let's say maybe not 50, but 75%, like that. So that's better. We we can obviously also have a link. We can have a link, as you can see here,
Oh,
to
on the
the
image.
on the image, which will go to the same destination. So
Yeah, I
once
like
we have
that.
the destination, we do that. And we could also, if we wanted, have the same kind of growing, you see, animation
I like it.
on this image. So we can do that also. Um, when actually we are happy with a column, if we want to make things simpler, I will remove the other column. So don't be afraid, it will be super big. And so what we can do is just duplicate, you see, the column,
Ah.
and then it
And then
will
you could just change the image and all the settings are the same.
and then we will change the image. So and instead of
Cool.
shop here, I'm just having a look at the name. It would be
Uh,
learn
yeah, learn.
here, and the last one would be the
Watch.
watch for the videos. Yes, watch for the videos. And so here, learn, it's let's go back to, and I will change my tab to this. And let's try to find doc training. If there's something yeah, why not? Something cool. What's cool there? Um, I mean, the man there, but in your case,
Yeah. What about that one with the purple shirt and the white dog and her white pants?
this one.
Yeah,
Okay, that's right. Okay,
for now.
yeah, for now. But yeah, because you've got to be consistent. Obviously, if you use this type
Oh,
of
I see what you're saying.
this type of imagery, it has a special style. Also, I'm not sure.
Yeah, with
I'm
the
just think
bottom, the
with
line
the
on the
green,
bottom.
but also with the green background, how it will do. So
Yeah, let's
because
pick something.
yeah, remember we have a green background. I mean, this one it's not you, but we
No,
can
I love
replace it
it.
later. But
Yeah,
will work better because there will be
I
a
like it.
contrast with the background.
Well, and what I'll do is once we have the structure pretty much set and we like it, I'll go hire, someone on Upwork,
Yeah,
and then I know exactly what images I need. So I'll have something
yeah.
cohesive made.
Dog training, Rachel Futsaro. So you don't see the box, but I'm just naming the image. So now I would go back to Elementor, and here I would change this and upload upload dog training Rachel Futsaro.
Mhm.
Okay, you see, boom,
Oh, I love it.
and
Oh, I can't wait.
it's already like that. You see,
Yeah.
and the last one, yeah,
Can I make a last minute change? Can we make the last one just dog food? I was thinking about it just now. Let's just make that one dog food and then we can put the YouTube lower. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I forgot dog food's really
Okay,
popular to do.
so dog food. So now
Yeah.
I
Let's go over to Canvas screen and
come
then
back to my Canva and do dog food. Try to find dog food. Which one do you want?
um oh, that brown bag on the right, 4
This one?
down. Yeah.
Okay.
If you think it'll
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
Original dog mix. Okay, I make it a bit smaller. Okay. And we do the same. So PNG, dog food, Rachel Futsaro. There we go. Coming back here. Tab. Okay. So let's upload it. Pam 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 pam. Here we go. So we
Oh,
have
let me see.
all of them.
See, I like it being that one looks like a real picture almost. I kinda like that
Mhm.
more than the cartoon graphic. Anyways, I like that a lot.
Yeah, update. So now we're
Oh,
ready.
yeah, update. Cool.
Um, so the next one that I had here was more like the about me. So about me. Let's take a double one. So this one I will keep it on the blue background. So you see you've got yes, you've got different sections, and if you want to have some contrast between the sections, some of them you can have them in the green background or another background, but the green is the secondary color of the site,
Yeah.
and some other ones just like the plain blue. So I will also add some inside padding inside of this, and this one I won't make it full width, and I will just add an image here and go and grab one of your images, but not necessarily a
Transparent.
PNG. So that one, like that. And or we can just have some padding in the column around it, like this, and here we can go and have some title and say about me. And the idea was to have some text there about you.
Yeah, so this might sound weird, but my goal with this is to almost look at myself as a almost like as if I'm a product. So I'm for this part, for this blurb,
Hmm.
we won't write it now, but it'll be more of like my values so that people looking at it be like, oh, I align with these values. Okay, great. We're on the same page. And then it'll link to a more in-depth about me page.
Yeah, yeah. But what I can do, just to have some placeholder, I would go on your website and grab on your About Me page some text that we
Yes.
can just put there under the About Me. So I just go there and I did Command V. So yeah, so now we have some text here, and we can also add some padding there. Maybe less. Okay, so now we have some text there.
Mhm.
Um, there we go. Yeah, fine. Was there
Yeah.
anything else under it? There was yeah, learn more. So to go to the about page, I guess.
Oh, the button.
Yeah, the button. So yeah, if I just wanna, I can also duplicate one of those button and bring it here. You see.
Yeah.
So, but justify it there and learn more. Same concept. You see.
hmm hmm
Okay. So now, yeah, there was a section scrolling banner with my values, but you had, yeah. Let me just switch here. Scrolling banner with my values, but you had some examples of
Yeah.
logos there instead
This
of.
was a this was a website, or it was on a website, and
Mm.
those like logos, there were brands that were scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to build this now, but it'd be
Mm.
cool to have a section where it kind of scrolls with, you know, um, things that are, important to me as a
Yeah,
creator
yeah,
and
yeah.
pet parent.
I'm just wondering because I've never used that, but I think that there is some text movement module. Let me see in Elementor. Okay, so let's add a new section and see if there is. Let's put animated headline, but that's animated headline, slide, image carousel. Yeah, actually, if we used an image carousel. So image carousel, it's usually images
Mhm.
that move, and then yeah, sometimes it's easy to have them, yeah, autoplay, yes, for instance, pause on over, blah blah blah. So the question then would be, we would need to add some images there, uh, and see if it's a text, but it would be the image of a text,
Oh, like a
basically,
PNG
like a PNG of
text.
the text. Yeah,
Ah.
that would be an easy way to do it. But let's try to do it with two words, for instance.
Okay.
Okay, I would just switch back to Canva and file, new, create new design. And I can do custom size maybe and do something that's more like a rectangle,
Mhm.
like 600 by 200, for instance. Um, okay. And do you have a word in mind?
Yeah, let's do, enrichment.
Enrichment.
Mhm.
Enrichment. Ah, yes, and ideally, yes, the only thing is that I'm not sure I have the
Oh,
same
fonts.
fonts that we have.
Well, we can always change it
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
later.
yeah, because it would take time to
Oh,
find
well,
a font.
Poppins should be in Canva. No, both of these fonts are, yeah, you could do, it's Roco 1. Roco 1 is in here. That's how I found it.
Ah, yeah. Okay, cool. Easy. Perfect. Okay, well, let's keep it in black for now and see how it goes. Okay. Oh, maybe what we can do is, and we will export different pages like that. Do you have another word?
Enrichment, and then, for the next one, let's do, fresh food.
Okay, yeah, fresh food like that. And I like 3, so let's do one more.
Okay. Let's do um uh rescue.
Rescue. Okay, so theoretically I can export all 3 as transparent images like that. Yes, okay, so that would be a zip file. So first of all, what I do, okay, is unzip the file, unzip the folder, unzip, and then, okay. Here, okay, so let's import the 3 PNG we have. They're not really properly named because they were named 1, 2, 3 by Canva, but that's fine. Okay, insert gallery. Okay, so now let's see full. Okay, full. So now they are full. Yeah, but they were not. Yeah, the problem was that the enrichment was not exactly centered like the other one, but that's a detail. Can always change it later. Okay, just put it like that. And yeah, now I'm just wondering. Okay, so obviously there are 3 of them at the moment, and you have space for all 3. So yeah, if I do one like that, it should move. Okay, let's put it full width like this, and let's try. Okay, so whoop, where am I? Here. Okay, so image stretch, yes, what will it be? Like that? No. Arrows and dots, no navigation. Okay, we don't want navigation. Autoplay, yes. Autoplay speed, maybe to see something happening faster, 1000. You see, it will move. Then you have to fine tune the autoplay speed. You have to put more than 3 because obviously if you have 3,
Yeah.
they're always there. You see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you have 5 or 6, then you will have the new ones coming on the screen like that. You see.
How do we make sure that they're aligned?
It's just because I didn't align them
In Canva.
in
Okay.
Canva. I should go back to Canva.
No, I think that's easy to.
You see, you just, I think there's even in the positioning thing, yeah, middle like that. You can put them
Okay.
middle.
Perfect.
So that way you're sure that they're just middle. Yeah, I can just re-upload them and see.
Oh, I don't know if you did it as transparent. Did it go as transparent?
Maybe not. Maybe not. As you can see, if when you export multiple pages, you don't have control on the title, so then you have to rename them inside
Individually. Yeah.
but that's okay. So now I just do it again, come back to this, and so yeah, this tab. So now we will replace this image carousel. Let's change the carousel. So I remove those ones, and I will go and pick the new files. There we go. Oops. Yes. Is it the one? Yes, it's fine. Okay, insert gallery. So now you see they are aligned. But then you can also space them more. You can do many things to make sure that that's what you want. So in Canva, probably something that you should do. Let me just come back to Canva. See, I did it a bit too much edge to edge here, the enrichment. So it's better probably if I center it, center middle, and just make sure that it's the same size, like 55, like that. So now you
Got it.
do the
Okay.
other one, 55, you see? So that everything is the same, and you have some padding around it so that they don't touch each other like
Mhm.
the way they did. So I just do this last bit to show the difference,
Okay.
and then we do the last section of the page. One last section. Once you understand the logic of creating the sections, then it becomes easier, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like this is the harder part, like just getting all the sections in there and then going back and editing, I feel like might be easier when
Yeah.
it's all kind of a skeleton of there.
So I will remove this. Yeah, reset the gallery. So there's nothing. Obviously, we have to remove all the images that we didn't use. We can do that later. You see all those ones. Otherwise, they might appear somewhere if you just keep them there. You see now it's better.
Oh, you got to switch it for
Oh,
me, but
booms. Sorry.
no worries. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You
Oh,
see?
cool. Yeah. And then once we put more and stuff, that'll.
Yeah. Once you put more of them, and if you limit, I guess, the you see how many slides are scrolled per swipe. So now if I do one, there's one moving, you see.
Mhm.
And I can say that here I want to have this a bit slower.
Mhm.
See, 2000, it's 2000 milliseconds, so it's 2 seconds, I
Yeah.
guess. And the animation speed, and it can go in the other direction also, like that. You
Oh.
see?
Oh, that's weird. Cool.
Okay, so you can do left. Perfect. So we have this, but you could obviously also have some background there. You could use some SVGs instead of using PNGs. I
Could
mean,
you just make it white?
white in as in the background white.
Mhm.
Yes. We could have a background which basically overrides the background of the page. So like this, you see.
Yeah, I like that.
So it overrides the background of the page.
Cool.
I'm just wondering how it will be on mobile. Yes, on mobile we have to check. There's probably some fine tuning to do because here on this. Okay, here it's working. That's on tablet. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I mean, they're leaving. Yeah, you see.
I think when we have more.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, but let's do this behind the scenes, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, what did I have? So, and then I had a few sections also that go to pages. So, like section 2, guides and protocols, ask a
Mhm.
vet. But that's also easier once we have the sections to add those to the home page, because then we can directly set the links.
Okay.
Featured brand from my home page, same. Yeah, we could do, because it's
Yeah.
fancier and technical, like an email sign up for the newsletter. That we
Okay.
could do. That's interesting to do. So let's have another blue one in 2. So I do no, not margin, padding. Okay. And yeah, I could have some change. So here we had the image on the right. I could have an image on the left. That would be nice to have some balance on the page. Okay, so let's do that. Another one, just another one. I would say whatever at the moment. Okay. And did we? Yeah, we had some padding around it here.
Mhm.
Maybe less 20. And form. So boom, form like this. So
Oh.
as you can see, there are many fields that we don't need if it's just an email sign up. So
Mhm.
we can go to form, remove name, remove message, keep the email. Then just add some padding because we don't want this to be so big. So we add some padding around it like this, or even more. So that's where you can do more on the right and on the left, for instance. So 75 on the right and 75 on the left, like this. Then yes, we will add a title here. Sign up to my newsletter, like this. We can put it like that. And for the section itself, we can also align it middle like this.
Nice.
What we can do is remove the label from the email. So if I go to email, you see I've got the label here on the in the
Mhm.
sidebar. I can remove it, so I just have the placeholder of the email here. It's better. And I can change the placeholder to
Oh,
make.
the label is the title of it. Okay. Your
Yeah,
email. Got it.
the label is
I get yeah.
something that's on the top, but you don't
You
need
don't
that.
really need that,
This
yeah.
is the placeholder. So now we have this, and we can say, but that's more for the admin sign up form like that. And then, so that's the form field. So then we have the button. We can change the button and say sign up. No, not here. Sorry. Here, sign up. And then maybe make it a bit bigger like that, the button. Uh, and we can choose which actions we want after submission. So by default, Elementor will collect the submissions in a section in Elementor, so you can find all the submissions there. But you can also send yourself as an admin an email. So here
Mhm.
it will send an email to you, and you can change it and say new sign up to the mailing list. And you can obviously also connect
Sync.
it to something. So you can decide, for instance, here you see you can connect. I mean, if it's there, if you have Mailchimp or one of those, you can connect it directly. If it's not there, usually you can use a webhook connection and connect it via Zapier or Integromat, or even inside of your email software. Usually they accept webhook submissions usually.
Cool.
So then what you do is, let's say you're sending something to Integromat Make, which is a nice alternative to Zapier. You use a webhook, and then in webhook, you just put the webhook that your service is giving you to receive the information. And so each time there is a sign up, it will ping the webhook, will contact the webhook, and will submit the new subscriber to wherever you want to put it. Basically, could be in a Google Sheet, it could be in another service like Sendinblue, or any destination. Basically, a webhook is a way to transfer the content of the form to another destination.
Okay.
So that's one of the options. But some people will just decide to connect it directly to Mailchimp or to
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
yeah or to another. And Mailchimp is easy because there you can just put. You see, if you have
Signed up.
the API key, your API key here, it will sync directly with the audiences that you have in Mailchimp, and you can set the API key inside of Elementor in the integrations. So that's a way. Yeah, that's an easy way if you've got Mailchimp.
Okay.
So that's it. And yes, and you can also customize the message the message that will be shown on the page when someone signs up. So like, thanks for signing up, like this, for instance. That would be shown on the page
Right after submission.
when someone submits their email. And I think that the form, the email field was required. So if someone tries to, enter something, it's please fill in this field. So
Cool.
yeah, so that's it basically for that. You know what? Well, I would suggest it. Let's stop for the homepage at the moment.
Okay.
And dedicate maybe 10 minutes to the blog post, because I think that I've seen that we're already at 1 hour and 5
Yes.
minutes. Yeah, it takes quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
We did a good work. So let me just finish this by putting some margin under the last section that we have at the moment, so that it's not stuck to the bottom like this. And maybe what I will do is switch to this tab and show how it looks at the moment. So yeah, so that's the way it looks at the moment.
Nice.
Voilà. So some
Very cool.
progress.
Yep.
Nice. So blog post. So we have, so to add a blog post, because at the moment we don't have any custom posts. So by default, the blog post would usually be posts. So just add a post here. So we can add a post. And I have somewhere the text of your blog post you gave me earlier. So the title was How to Train a Puppy.
Potty train. Yeah, there you go.
Like this, How to Potty Train a Puppy. There were some bullet points for the intro before the table of content. Do you want to have that?
It's kind of a summary of like the
Okay.
key takeaways.
Okay, let's do that then. Okay. So yeah, here as you see, it has, because I pasted it without doing Shift Command V, so it pasted it as it was from the text file. But if I do Shift Command V on my Mac, then it would paste it. No, not that way. Let me just remove it. Yeah, because it did a code thing. No, it considers it's a code. It's not code, it's text. Let's remove this. Move code. Oh, paragraph. I want it to have a paragraph. Where is the paragraph? Okay. In paragraph is by default. I don't know why it pasted it as a code if I paste it. Magic of it. Okay, paragraph. That's it.
Oh,
paragraph.
okay. Yeah.
And then I can decide to put the bullet points on my own. So I can just put them there and put them there. There were, how many of them were there? 3? No, 4.
I think 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, 4. Like that. So that's it. So next block. So table of content that would be automatically generated, but we put it on the side. Ooh, and then we have a big text. Let me see. Okay, let's paste it like this. That would be easier at the moment. Okay. And what we need to do is make sure that the titles are headlines and not paragraphs. So you have to just go on each of them and transform them into heading. So, and here it's a sub-heading. So, but we don't need to have the 1.1. What we do is transform them into heading, but choose 3. So it would be, 1 level down compared to 2. And so that would be properly, I would say, interpreted by the table of
SEO.
content.
Oh,
by the
okay.
by the SEO both the table of content. Oh yeah, and here what happened? Yes,
that's a big heading.
now yeah, that one is heading and that one is H3. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you modify a paragraph section in heading, it will just take too much, but then you have just to enter to skip a line, and
Mhm.
so this one is a H2 because it's not same level. This one is H2, and this one is H2. And what do we have here? This one is H.
3.
Is the same level. Yeah.
Oh, that is, yeah.
And here H2. And final thoughts, H2, 2.
Mhm.
And you can always finish. So if you choose a block here and you do slash space spacer, you see, you've got a spacer so that
Mhm.
it's not stuck to the bottom. So you can add some space there.
Hmm.
Then what we'll do is just take this and go to the SEO module and replace this by the title, the same. For the focus keyword, so it's the main concept of the article, how to train a puppy. And check out our tips on how to train a puppy. Okay, like this. Okay, so it's already, orangey, so it's okay. The article is about training a puppy.
Is that Yoast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
Yoast.
Yoast.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Yoast module. We don't have any category at the moment, but we could add a category like tips, for instance, would be added. Okay, we would need theoretically a featured image. That's more for even if we don't display it on the page, but that's for the meta image for social networks. I would usually say 1200 by 628. So we can create one quickly in Canva. So let me switch to Canva. So usually I choose Facebook ad for that, 1200 by 628. And here I will just put some text up, how to train a puppy. And I would just do the Roca one. So, okay. Come on. Oops. Like that.
Oh, I can't. It's not showing me what you're doing, but it's
Sorry. Yeah,
self-explanatory. There you
here.
go.
Okay. And maybe put some. We have the other Roca one, like more, yeah, the black one, like that. And like this. And what I can do is just use one of the images that we add. Oh, no, actually, the elements recently used, yes, like this one. So we got an image there.
Nice.
Okay. And yeah, if I wanted to be on brand, I would say a nice approach would be to go here and I just want to grab the green reference. Okay. Yeah, I was just on the website because I wanted to grab the green reference for the background.
Yeah.
So that I can, yes, put it here. Oops. And then this in white. Okay, so that's an image.
Nice.
Okay, so now we just download the image, how to train a puppy, boom, nice name. And coming back to Elementor, switch the tab up, and I will put it there. So that way, even if we don't display this featured image, it would be the featured image there that will be displayed by default if someone shares it on Facebook, for instance. So you could obviously add on the featured image your logo, some stuff like that.
Right.
And try to remain consistent in the way you create them. So if you use Roca One Black, and if you use an illustration, or if you use something else, try just to have something consistent across the different pages, I would say. So here is the content of the blog post. And because we created it directly in Gutenberg, it's already ready to be published. I don't know if, let me see if there is inside of Gutenberg something like a table of content. No, so you don't have a table of content by default in Gutenberg. So you have two options. One of them is to add a plugin to your site which adds a Gutenberg module for the table of content, and then your table of content would be inside of the article. Or we will try to do something else before we finish just right now, but I will first publish this. And if I go on the page, you will see there will be something.
Cool.
So there would be a blog post. But as you can see, the problem is that we don't have the fonts that we expected. Because the fonts, the custom fonts that we have set, they are set for Elementor. They are not set for Gutenberg for the default version. So I would say that what we can do is for the next session, because it would take a little bit of time to do it, to start the next session by showing to the audience how to use the custom CSS to fix this, because you can go here and customize this and decide to modify the custom CSS of the page. So that's something that we can do. I will put it on my planning so that basically you can use Gutenberg and have the main title in Roca 1, the subheading in Roca 1, the body of the text in Poppins. That's what we would need.
Right.
But for that, we need to write some CSS there. And what we can also do is, if we don't want to have just the body of text like this by default in the center of the page, we want to have more control on how the blog post will look like. What we can do is create a template in Elementor, which will have the body, the main part of the blog post as a component of the template, but we can add anything on top of this, on the side of this. And for instance, we can add on the side the table of content, you see, that will use the headers that we have here inside of our article to create the table of content. But that's something that we have to put outside of the body of text in a template. So we can do that also later. The other option is to add a plugin to have the table of content inside. I can maybe show that option first, because that's the fastest to demonstrate, and we keep the templating for the next one. So let's add one of those plugins. There's a plugin called I think it's called Jolly Table of Content or something like that. Table of Content. Let's type Table of Content Gutenberg. Table of Content. Okay. Jolly Table of Content. So this one, I think, works directly in Gutenberg. We'll check it out. Okay. So install, activate. Here we go. Skip. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of different, styling possibilities, but we'll keep that for later. But what I wanted to show is how it basically creates automatically the table of content.
Right.
So if I edit my blog post and I go here and just choose a blog, now I have the table of content, and as you can see, it creates automatically.
Oh, automatically.
You see? And you can decide to have it collapsed by default or expanded by default. If it's not too big, you can just leave it expanded by default. And you have control in the backend, in the plugin settings, yes, to make sure that you're using the same font,
Mhm.
the same colors for the for on brand for the heading and stuff like that. But for now, if I just update it and I just reopen in another tab the article, you see
Oh,
now,
I love it. Yeah, and you click it, it'll go right
yeah,
to it?
yeah, and now there is a jump direct, to the section. The cool thing about having a table of content is that it helps Google to figure out what's on the page.
Yeah.
So it's a good practice to have one. But then we have to, and it takes a little bit of time, but to tweak it to make sure that it's the way we want. And some people, they just collapse it by default.
Mhm.
But if it's not too big, I would say just expand
Yeah,
it
I
by
like it.
default. It's nice for the user. So that's the first blog post. And so we won't do today the customization via CSS. I keep it for later.
Okay.
But what I do to finish is just show how easy it is to basically decide to show the latest blog post somewhere on the page here, for instance.
Okay.
So if I re-edit this one with Elementor, yeah, that's the one. And I go just at the bottom just to show it. And we just add a section and then we do post. Yeah, we will add also dynamic, the plugin that you downloaded, which will give us more control on the way that it looks, but we'll just take post for now.
Okay.
And as you can see,
Oh.
we immediately have the latest blog post. And if I do, here to have 0.5,
Nice. Yeah.
and then I can decide to show or not to show, read more. Obviously, dates, comment, usually I remove them. The excerpt, usually I remove it. So you see, boom, that one. So now you can just add a title on top of this and call it my latest blog post. And so dynamically, you will have the different the latest blog post there. You see?
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
that's just to show how easy it is. And in the same way that we have the blog post, I'm just removing that or adding just less, and I would put, because that's the last section, I would put the bottom margin here. So when we will create custom posts for dog food, for some products and stuff like that, that would be
Yeah.
the same concept to show a selection of them or the latest ones on the home page or on an index page presenting the types of dog food or the products. So basically, instead of having posts as the post type, we will create a custom list using custom post type and choose and pick the right post type, like dog food or product, you see. And so it's very easy, in the same way that we create here a list of blog posts, to create a list of products or to create a list of food types. It's the same
Mhm.
concept. Um,
Okay.
if you follow a bit what I'm saying, if it's not
I do.
too cryptic. Uh, so
It
here,
makes sense. I wouldn't know how to do it, but it makes sense.
yeah, but that's the same logic. So instead of choosing, I don't know if this module permits it, but I think it does even. So instead of choosing, you see post here in the source, we would choose food type or product, basically. You
Yeah.
see, so instead of having a feed of blog posts, we would have a feed of product or a feed of food
Got
type.
it.
That's the same
Okay.
concept. So that's it. So 1 hour 23 minutes already.
Goodness.
I have to prepare myself because we go out today, uh, but that,
Oh,
but that's fine. I mean, we have created or recreated to some extent the home page in a nice way. Obviously, there will be other sections that we can add in the future, and we have integrated the first blog post,
mhm.
and we have added even a plugin to have a dynamic table of content. So for the next session, what we will do is customize the look of this blog post. So to avoid having a font which is not the font that we wanted to
Right.
have, and probably also use Elementor templating to show it in a nicer way
Yeah.
on the page, maybe also using the featured image. So that would be for the next one. And I also plan for the next session to add the contact page. That would be easy. It's the same concept as the sign up form on the home page for the newsletter, but instead of having just the email, you have also a message box and maybe the first name and the last name, and maybe a selector to pick the reason why people are contacting you.
Okay.
And we go from there and keep on adding content. The next big, I wouldn't say challenge, but next big part would be to create the first custom post types, to add the dog food products, also to
Shop
add the products
page.
for the shop page and stuff like that. So for that purpose, we need to create custom post type, custom fields. So that would be a bit more sophisticated, but nothing too complex.
Sounds good. It's
Here
exciting.
we go. Any questions before we close today's session? Anything that you learned, that you understood finally by seeing it on the screen?
I think seeing it come together is helpful. I think question-wise, watching you do it makes complete sense. It's just going back and doing it myself is probably challenging, but for those watching, they'll have this video to watch step by step, which is why I think this is so valuable. So no, I think it's great.
Yeah, and obviously you can always use what we've done as a starting point. You need training hours. I mean, people say that you need 10,000 hours to be an expert. I don't
Yeah.
even think that I have 10,000 hours in WordPress, or maybe I have, I don't know.
I'm
But
definitely far from that. You're my expert.
so it takes a little bit of time
Yeah.
to reach, I would say, confidence in the way you're handling that. But as you can see, it's not rocket science, and we can already see that we have more control on what we want to do than what you can achieve with the current website. It's
Sure.
really good. Thank you so much. We prepared the next session. We'll be back probably next week. I don't know the day yet, but we'll find the date, and all the videos are still available on YouTube. Obviously, you can go there and watch from the first session. There will be probably 20 sessions until the end of this project. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Rachel.
Thank
See
you.
you next week. Bye-bye.
See you.